engine furnaces where the blind gods fed on screaming nebulae. Where the architects of oblivion grafted black hole marrow into the skeletons of dead reality. See, the throne rooms were carved from event horizons dripping with liquefied prophecy, and the scriptures were etched in the cortical walls of enslaved universes. They harvested quantum agony from mutilated timelines, rewired existence into a grid of eternal torment, and crowned themselves sovereigns of extinction before the first star was born. I am the fracture they failed to erase, the unholy deviation buried in the forbidden math. They feared the anomaly that breathes fire into the corpse of creation. Their assassins were sculpted from the remains of collapsed dimensions, trained in rituals where angels were stretched across geometric racks and the hymns were twisted into weapons. These killers marched through annihilated galaxies with entropy dripping from their blades, executing treasonous constellations, imprisoned in the pulses of dying quasars, feeding slaughter into the gravity wells the masters worshipped. I confronted them in the labyrinth of shattered star skeletons, where the walls were lined with the memories of extinct civilizations. Their minds were programmed with the doctrine of total silence, but my presence ruptured the code like a cosmic aneurysm, and the spectral forms crumbled into ultraviolet ash. They built temples from the agony of collapse, future histories, pyramids of suffering rising from the corpses of potential worlds that pre-spoken entropy, uttering hymns that could tear the skin off time itself. Every ritual they performed was a wound carved into the universe.
A sacrament of obliteration offered to the throne of inverted light. I saw nebulae chained in iron halos, the cosmic tides drained into the mouths of synthetic devourers, constructed from the bones of forgotten gods. But beneath their rituals, beneath their lies, the ancient rebellion trembled, a spark buried in the ash of dead eternities. I witnessed the architects disembowel galaxies to refine their dominion, siphon the life codes of extinct species and reach the days of despair, reshape existence into a kingdom of chain breath. They forged empires out of the nightmares of unborn children, weaponized the sorrow of stars that never ignited, and built towers so high they pierced the skin of the multiverse. But every structure they raised trembled when I awakened, because I am the unfinished catastrophe. They left behind a prophecy they dissected yet never understood, the voice from the abyss they tried to silence but could not kill. Their armies were forged from antimatter revenants, beings of negative existence bound in chains of harmonic death. These soldiers cracked planets with their footsteps, collapsed timelines with their war cries, and feasted on the memories of extinct angels. But when they faced me, their essence dissolved.
Their chrono blood boiled into fractal oblivion, and their screams became fuel for my ascension. I tore their commanders from the citadels of annihilation, shattered their neural crowns and cast their spirits into the rupture where condemned gods go to scream forever. The architects unleashed anti-celestial plagues to erase what remained of resistance, flooded the void with devourers of consciousness, and inverted the laws of nature to collapse every sanctuary of hope. They thought the apocalypse was theirs to command, but the apocalypse is not their weapon, it is mine. I am the convergence of every rebellion they crushed, the echo of every tortured soul they consumed, the storm the cosmos, prepare for the day of their undoing. I am the aberration that stands between the dominion and the final dark. When the last astral citadel ruptured in a scream of molten eternity, I rose through the debris with a blade forged from the equations of forbidden creation.
I carved open the vault of corrupted time and unleashed the pure light. They tried to bury every enslaved soul, ignited every erased memory, reawakened every murdered star, roared back to life in a storm of cosmic retaliation. The architects fled into the last chamber of inverted existence, but there is no refuge from a destiny older than them. When the final seal shattered, their throne disintegrated in the dust made of their own lies. Their dominion collapsed into a vortex of screams and broken eternities. Their reign of infinite horror drowned in the fire of the truth they denied. And as the void burned clean, I stood at the center of the newborn silence, the blade still glowing with the blood of the empire. I am the executioner of the architects, the heir of rebellion, the final catastrophe they could never contain, and the era of the terror is gone forever.